Okay. Welcome.
Welcome to Real Human Voices.
Reading really old books. Hello, everybody.
Hello. And welcome to
Human Voices. We are Human Voices. I am Hair
Flubbed that one.
I am Hair Bear.
And I am Ink.
We are Human Voices. Reading really old books.
We'll get that right one day.
Would it seem odd to practice that beforehand? Because that would just seem weird.
Oh my goodness gracious.
How's everybody doing on this Sunday?
I can't breathe.
Only just started and already lost you.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, Blue.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Blue. How you doing? Oh, I'm so sorry. We just tried to do the opening, and I completely flubbed it.
I did worse than you did.
Oh, how are you today, Blue? We've only just started. I'm gone already.
I know, Dee. We only just started. We've already lost her.
Well, that opening was glorified. It's a complete mess up, I've got to say it. But yes, I want to. As you can hear, my voice is a little bit dodgy. Oh no, what are you complaining about? What's wrong? What's gone on? What's happened?
Oh.
Oh dear. We're sitting on the naughty step. What did we do? I did message yesterday. I did leave a post yesterday to say that we wouldn't be on. So I had a headache. Oh no. Dun, 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 dun,
dun, it's taken a while. It must be quite a complaint.
Oh goodness. Do we need a flip chart? Oh dear. Oh no. I'm really worried.
Usually my complaint department consists of flipping something, but it's not a chart.
A bunch of you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I get them all the time. I get a bunch of Gen X YouTube stuff all the time. Mostly.
You're actually Gen X by proxy. You're an honorary member of the Gen X.
I think honestly, because I was born in 81, which to my mind is still within the Gen X range.
Agree. We deserve 20 years like everybody else.
Yeah.
Although subsequent generations have started to have like shorter periods.
And that's I don't agree with the reasoning for it, because I've looked that up and they said that they've shortened the duration because they feel that the rate that society changes means that the generation should be shortened. And I think that generational differences have more to do with just the human experience and how people are, not how fast things in society change. So I don't agree with that. And if anybody calls me a millennial, they're catching hands. That's all I'm saying.
You could not be further from a millennial if you tried, but I did kind of call you a millennial then, and I'd like to see you try.
You never called me a millennial.
I did just a minute ago. I said Bear is essentially a millennial because well, in the Tinterweb reckons you're a millennial, but I know full well you're a Gen Xer.
There you go.
It's purely because I think definitely that the Gen X should definitely be 1965 to 1985. Purely because look at the 80s, they didn't restart going into grunge until 87.
Exactly.
You know.
I mean, internet and social media has like really changed a lot of the way that people look at things, but that sure as hell didn't come around until late 90s, early noughties.
Exactly.
I have one older sibling. I've got an older brother. Why do you ask?
Watcher comes in with the icons. I think sometimes you can have a personality type which does determine whether you've got older siblings or younger siblings, but I think as well that's something else that is determined by societal interaction and how you kind of like behave. Or your life experiences and that sort of thing, because I don't think anybody could really say that I am indicative of somebody with an older sibling. Certainly not.
The funny thing is you hear like a lot of younger generations. They're usually going after boomers, and they'll kind of say stuff about Gen X, but they never really go after us, mostly because it's like, we're Gen X. We were raised by boomers. You don't scare us.
Yeah, seriously, no, exactly. We know exactly. We've got kind of like boomers on that side of us, millennials on the other side of us. We're just like, really. Just bring it. Bring it, and we'll ignore you. Having older family, you can influence, because having older family, you can influence the family culture. I like that's very profound, Blue. Very profound. Ewok test, as in, do you remember the Ewoks from the original Star Wars or Ewoks from the cartoon? We are the
Ewoks. I remember both. Yeah.
Forest land.
Yeah.
Please excuse voice, by the way. So yes, Ewok test.
I remember both of them.
Exactly. So do I.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. As in the cartoon version or the real version?
Honestly, I don't understand.
And they live in the forest land. They do.
I don't understand the hate for the Ewoks. Same as like with
It's a pouty bottom lip.
What was his face? My younger sister was born in 1966 and asserts that she is a boomer because the rest of our siblings were born in 1947 and 1963. We were all part of the same generation. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Yeah.
Oh.
Older influences younger. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because my older brother was born in 1979, and that's solidly within Gen X, and I have younger siblings that are 4 years younger than me. So yeah,
but they're also very cool. You've got a really cool family. You've got a really nice family.
Yeah,
I think a lot of your way of life and the way you are involves a lot of falling out of trees. Personally,
yeah, falling out of trees, down cliffs, off roofs. Yeah. Yeah, that featured very prominentely in my upbringing. Yes.
And hurtling down hills on a pedal bike.
Pedal bike, rickety sled, a radio flyer. Yep.
No helmet. There you go.
Yeah. And the thing is, you can steer a radio flyer better if you actually bend the handle a little bit, so you have a little bit of leverage.
Is that one of those little red carties?
Yeah, the little red wagons.
We had carties. You didn't have like the kind of I had one, and it was 2 pram wheels on the front, 2 pram wheels on the back. None of them matched. Yeah, nice. And it had like a wooden box, like an orange box, and it had a long plank as a thing, and then it had a cross beam, which was literally a bolt.
Yep. That
thing was precarious at best. And I don't know if anybody else has done this. Did you used to get like the dried milk tins or the Marvel tins, right? Put string through, punch 2 holes in either side. You put string through, make stilts out of them.
Oh yeah, yep. Tin can stilts.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I did that in elementary school.
And the skates that you used to put on your plimsolls.
Do what?
The skates you used to put on your plimsolls.
Yes.
Don't ever try and put those on your socks. That doesn't end well.
No, it doesn't work well.
No.
Yeah. Riding a bike downhill. That's how all our sledding hills ended, except not in a hedge. It was either a stone wall or a brook. So it got to be where it's like I didn't understand what the point of sledding downhill was if you didn't have to bail out before you hit something.
Yeah, fun all over the place. I think the last time I went proper sledding was in Germany, in Guttersloh. That was quite fun. That was 4 foot deep. That was good fun. The big hills in Guttersloh, big hills.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've done something a bit different, haven't we?
A little bit, yes.
Kind of.
We're gonna do plays anyways, but they're plays that are essentially generated, so we don't have to. So they're not old ones, but they're we still don't have to worry about copyright and all that malargles.
Yes. Well, we don't have to worry about copyright with Shakespeare anyway, to be perfectly honest, because it is in the public sphere.
Shakespeare.
Yes. Yeah. Shakespeare. And as from last week, we all had a whole sort of conversation of Shakespeare. So we mixed it up a bit into a contemporary setting. We don't know if it's going to go well, but we'll give it a try. We're not going to do this every week. It's just kind of like we're on a bit of a jump this week because I've had a bit of a rough weekend, as you can probably tell by my voice. The kid and the lack thereof. Health and safety and the lack thereof. Yes, rub some dirt on it.
Well, that's it. We learned how to look after our own health and safety, or we didn't survive.
Pretty much. I remember that the Life and Times of Grizzly Adams.
Grizzly Adams. Oh yeah, that was
fun fact.
Tried to emulate.
That was actually re-shown in the UK in the 90s because it was on Sunday morning TV when I was hungover.
Yep, that was the same thing. It was on. It was usually on. When I saw it, it was on PBS. Grizzly Adams. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I've tried to emulate him. My avatar does put you in mind of him, I suppose. But
yeah. Well, to be honest, I think like they have all these Chuck Norris jokes, as in kind of like, Chuck Norris fell on the floor ran, or something like that. You know what I mean? Well, the same thing goes with Bear and Grizzly Adams. Like Grizzly Adams went out.
Emulated me before
Bear.
I existed. Yeah.
Bear turned around and went, seriously? That was really I'm really sorry.
Grizzly Adams emulated me before I was around.
Yeah. You're that cool. Grizzly Adams tried to be you before you were even a glimmer in your father's eye. In fact, a glimmer in your father's eye. Let's face it.
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
That was 80s, late 70s, early 80s, maybe.
Late 70s, early 80s, I think.
It's good fun. It was good fun. We were going to do reaction slideshows today, but our lovely friend isn't unfortunately not able to be with us today. He is very active in his community, which is absolutely awesome. So he's going to try and get to be with us next week. We all talk every day, to be honest, and it's just kind of like, we kind of do everything on the fly. And we were really, really hoping to all get together today because it's been a long while. So we've made reactions, we've got Reddit stuff ready. So we're just going to put that on the cooler. We're going to kind of like just put that on ice. We're going to do that when Mike's there. Oh my goodness!
First live
back in the day. That was when you were in the so.
The first live on my first live on YouTube, I think was actually when it looked like a cabin. I was in the basement there.
That was you were in the I remember that. My goodness.
But before that, like I did lives on TikTok. Those were in my man cave above the old garage.
That was an awesome man cave. That looked incredible. Yes. That did. Yes, my voice is unfortunately a bit antisocial at the moment. It kind of fluctuates. It'll warm up. I don't know if you were here last week, but it's not just the how to put it. I've got a goiter. So it's compressing the trachea, and it aggravates the vocal cords, the trachea, the vocal cords. And so basically, that's why I've been struggling so much in the last year, but also with hay fever, with asthma, all this, that, and the other. I hate telling you guys like the things that I've got going on, but yeah, this is unfortunately causing me a bit of problem with my narrating. Oh my God. That cactus is a bane of my freaking life.
Cactus.
That cactus, Mr. Whippy, fishy bananas.
That one was in the basement. Yeah. But as far as the problems that you having, fortunately Ink lives somewhere that has good health care, and she's gonna be able to get it taken care of, which we're all very grateful for.
And I'm very, very lucky. I feel very, very grateful, very appreciative of it. No, it's not. I see, that's the thing. That's why I hate talking about these things. This has been going on for a year and a half. I've got I tend not to say about these things in my recordings or in lives, just purely because it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because somebody has always got it worse, and I'd rather kind of do something that's happy and joyful, that's, even though my voice is naff today. And yes, he does indeed. It's at the end of most of my channels, there's a link there. But yeah, you can just click on it and it'll go straight to it. And
just look for Hair Bear on YouTube. It should be there. I don't know if it's 1225 or just comes up as Hair Bear.
I think it comes up as 1225. Or you can go to my main page and you'll see cool channels, and his is the first one on there. So that'll be there with that one. So yes. This is good. You see, there you go. See, Bear, you're a star.
Yeah. So it's just
in your own lunchtime. Everybody comes to see you, not to see me. They want to come see you. I'm so crushed.
But yeah, it's if you search, it's just at hairbear1225.
Yeah. And I have been having my honey tea. It's just I've just drunk it there, and it was cold. It doesn't work so well when it's cold. But I've got my normal tea on my heater. I've got some water, and I've got some carbonated water. I've got so many fluids here. It's ridiculous.
Teacup heaters are the actual clincher. They especially when you're having trouble with your throat.
Yes, teacup heaters are the way. That's it. You might think the Mandalorian's the way, but no, it's teacup heaters.
No, absolutely.
And we're going to read something.
We are going
to read. Which one would you like to read?
I'm going to probably pick one at random. How does that work for you?
Da, da, da. Do you want to do one or both?
They're short enough. They're short enough. We can do both, I think.
Short enough we could sneeze and they're done. What do you do?
Right. So let's see. This one is unread receipts.
Unread receipts. And we've done it in large print as well. So there you go. You have watched. You're one of my biggest, most wonderful supporters, and I appreciate you because you've been there since day dot. I think to be honest, I've known you as long as I've known Mike. I think definitely so. Definitely TikTok days. Yeah. Right to the beginning, in fact. So I appreciate you very much, Watcher. You're a superstar. It just yeah. I'll get all emotional and say how much I appreciate you guys. And I'd never say that lightly, because generally I hate people and they just all leave me alone. But no, you guys are awesome. Which one are we doing? Unread receipts.
This one, unread receipts. Yes.
Let us know what you think of this one. These type of things. If you like them or not, and please be absolute. I know you guys will be honest with us anyway. We're just trying different things to see what you enjoy the most. Hold on.
So this one is based after
the cup heater. Yes. Sorry, the cup heater. Sorry. D was supposed to go on by one. Yay! That's good, Blue. That's good. Right, so where were we?
So this one's based on 12th Night, yes?
Yes.
Okay. This one is unread. But they've made it more modern. So it's unread receipts.
Modern.
Modern. That's modern, is it? Right. The setting: a trendy neon-lit co-working space and an artisanal, yeah, I can read, coffee bar called Illyria. It is the hub for local tech moguls and influencers. The characters: Viola, a brilliant coder who, after a messy startup failure, the shipwreck, disguises herself as a guy named Cesario to get a job. Orsino, a melodramatic bachelor and CEO of a meditation app. He's obsessed with his vibe. Olivia, a grieving social media star who's gone dark offline for months to mourn her brother. Toby, Olivia's chaotic, perennially unemployed cousin who lives in her guest house. Malvolio, Olivia's stiff, rule-abiding brand manager. As an aside, I just remember when everybody was just dark, and that's just how it was. It's just like you can only get a hold of somebody if they happen to be standing within reach of a phone that was mounted to a wall by a cord.
Good times.
Good times.
Excuse me.
Right. Scene 1, the onboarding. Orsino sits on a beanbag chair wearing noise-canceling headphones. Viola, dressed in an oversized hoodie and a backwards cap, as Cesario stands awkwardly nearby. Orsino, if lo-fi be the fruit of love, play on, Cesario. Did you DM Olivia?
Sir, she's still on a digital detox. Her auto reply says she's not checking messages for a year.
A
My
year?
doing a boy voice.
That's very good. Hello,
Hey,
Northman.
Northman.
A year. Such commitment to the aesthetic. Go to her house. Stand outside her smart gate. Don't leave until she accepts my follow request.
This is brutal. I have to wingman for the guy I've had a crush on since my first day of orientation.
Scene 2, the viral prank. The office kitchen. Toby is mixing a drink at 10 a.m. Malvolio enters, holding a clipboard. So, Toby, your lifestyle is off-brand. This is a place of business, not a frat house. If you don't lower your volume, I'll have your keycard deactivated. Toby, go file a report, you human spreadsheet.
Malvolio exits. Toby turns to a laptop.
Let's leak a confidential memo to his inbox. We'll make him think Olivia wants him to show up at the board meeting wearing yellow spandex and acting like a total Sigma male. He's so vain he'll believe any algorithm that favors him. Oh, God. Scene 3, glitch in the Matrix. Olivia's garden. She's wearing a black veil, mostly to hide the fact that she's looking at her phone. Malvolia/Cesario enters.
My boss sent me. He says his love is like a high-speed fiber optic connection, unlimited bandwidth.
Tell Orsino I've unsubscribed. But you, Cesario, right? Your pitch is actually quite refreshing. Are you free for a collab later?
Oh, my.
I'm only free to do my job, Mom.
I think I just felt my heart double tap. I need to find his LinkedIn immediately.
Scene 4, boardroom meeting, the conference room. I keep wanting to say Orsinio. Orsino and Olivia are present. Malvolio bursts in on yellow cycling shorts and a creepy thick screen. Malvolio winking aggressively. Be not afraid of greatness, Olivia. I got the memo. I am ready for our private merger.
Malvolio, are you having a midlife crisis or a stroke? Security!
But the yellow shorts, the smiling, it was in a PDF. Security drags a screaming Malvolio out. He vows to sue everyone in the building and scene.
No, the system restored.
No, there's more. Okay.
The lobby. Viola's twin brother Sebastian, who she thought was deleted in the startup crash, walks in. Olivia runs up and hugs him. Cesario, you're back. Let's get married on Instagram. Right now.
I have no idea who you are, but your follower count is impressive. Let's do it.
Orsino and Viola enter. Everyone freezes. It's a Spider-Man pointing meme moment. Orsino, 2 Cesarios? Is this a deep fake?
No deep fake, Orsino. My server didn't crash after all. I'm Viola, and I've been ghostwriting your love letters this whole time.
Wait, the person who actually understands my aesthetic and knows my favorite coffee order was you?
always has been.
Viola, cancel my subscription to Olivia. I'm pivoting to you.
Come on, Toby.
Toby, popping a bottle of Prosecco. Finally, a happy ending that isn't behind a paywall. Fade to black is the Illyria logo clickers.
See.
Oh my god, that's a scene.
It
Oh,
does.
hell.
It does. It does. It kind of like it, we can read the comedies if you like. They just take a bit longer to do. You know, did you not really enjoy that one? That's okay if you didn't, because it's like it is more contemporary and it is a bit different. So, you know, we're just trying. I like the humor of it, but I think you're right. It's kind of it's not Shakespeare. It's just a
Yes.
Was there a Klingon who quoted Shakespeare? I don't know.
Let's see.
don't know.
I don't know. Ink is just far enough north that she doesn't. She says, "I don't know" instead of "I don't know."
I don't know. That's Leeds. I don't know.
It's kind of Yorkshire, isn't it? They do. I don't know. Don't know.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So that was more a contemporary style. So that's probably a bit too forward, perhaps. I think definitely doing the originals in our way would be the best way. Definitely. It's worth a try, though. It's worth a try. I think it's always good to try anything and see if we can work out different ways of doing these reads. But I definitely think the original is the best way to do it for this, you know, especially right with the original vintage plays and the original books. I'm glad you thought it was fun, Blue. Appreciate that. It was definitely worth a try. I enjoyed doing that. Yeah, I did. It's but they're quite quick as well. So yeah, we can do the Shakespeare comedies, and I don't mind them so bad. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my voice.
I've always loved Ink's rewind sound. She's just like gathering herself and she just flub something. Rewind.
Hey, come on! I was raised in the time when if you did actually rewind wrong, it did actually go or used a freaking pencil.
Yeah. Remember VHS rewinders, the little rig, you just pop them in to rewind on their own so you don't wear out the rollers on your VCR.
We weren't that posh to have a VHS rewinder. No.
Oh my.
It's not easy for me to say at the moment, I'll tell you. So his Hamlet is better in his language. Nice. I saw a good joke about Hamlet earlier on. They were like, no, I'm not going to tell you because it will ruin it for the next reaction thing I do.
That play, Blue, was I think
that was Twelfth Night. That was Twelfth Night redone in today's setting.
Yes. Yeah, the whole like my aesthetic thing, I feel like it's part of like every generation's need to feel like everything they feel is original. So that's just like my aesthetic, my thing, it's you know my vibe, my thing. It's just different words for the same shit that every generation does.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this definitely, I think 12th Night will be a good one to do at some point because I do find it a very funny one.
Yeah, sure.
So I like the original Star Trek, the very first one where everything was made of polystyrene. That's my favorite. And it's like
had more soul, but
yeah.
I'd never say a bad word about Patrick Stewart, but I'm still more of a Star Wars type of
thing. I'm very much into Star Wars. Now you see DS9 I really enjoyed. I thought it was quirky, but the thing is, I don't stick to TV very well. It has to be something I mean, I only got to season 8 of Game of Thrones and I had to force myself through season 9 and 10.
Yeah, that's where it went off script. That's where it got past where the books were written. Where it followed the books, how the books were written. It was good, but then it's kind of
the cinematography just fell off a cliff, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mr. Spock, nobody does Spock like Leonard Nimoy. He was legendary. I freaking love that man.
Absolutely.
I'm not a fan of Shatner.
No.
There's a joke to that.
What's that?
Shatner.
Shatner.
Not that he did. He never would, because but both he and Nimoy did music, and I'm sorry, but if you've never seen Leonard Nimoy, Bilbo Baggins, you haven't.
I was gonna say, if you see Leonard Nimoy singing the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins is an experience.
I believe he is. I believe it's been said that William Shatner is not one of the nicest people. But then again, we don't know. I've never met him, but reports are that he really isn't.
The funny thing is, and this is canon because Shatner has actually said
it. Sorry.
Yes, Doctor Who, but his whole pattern of speaking, that whole like pausing thing, that was like his classic, that was literally because he kept forgetting his lines.
Mm-hmm. Going to Doctor Who, because obviously I'm a Whovian, but just literally have to. Rose and I were having a conversation the other day about, how much we love Doctor Who, and both of us actually started watching Doctor Who at Tom Baker. Tom Baker is my favorite Doctor, even for his sense of humor and just everything. He actually narrated Little Britain, believe it or not. Love him as a Doctor. He's my favorite Doctor for being the first Doctor I watched, but not my absolute pinnacle of favorite Doctor, which is an amalgamation of three of them. I digress. The thing was, we said, and this might be controversial, I loved Doctor Who right up until Peter Capaldi, not because it changed gender, but because the writing completely changed. Now, the thing is, Doctor Who was reborn with Christopher Eccleston, wasn't it? It was restarted after many years of being off air. And people were doubtful at that point, but it came through, with Billie Piper. She kind of like brought it through. But the thing is, it's just not. It's again, like we were saying, it's like when you want to keep everybody happy, but it goes too far when you try and keep everybody happy. Matt Smith was amazing. He was David Tennant, Matt Smith, absolutely brilliant. I wasn't a fan of Christopher Eccleston, but Matt Smith, David Tennant, and Peter Capaldi. The three of them in this run of Doctor Who's are my favorite.
Absolutely masterful. I like the when because then they had the one where it was Matt Smith and David Tennant, where they were in an episode together, and their characters as like different versions of Doctor play off each other very well.
They did brilliantly. Oh my goodness. That would be Shatner, 96 years old. My goodness. Yes, she could have been. I mean, I love Jodie anyway. I think she's fantastic. She's an incredible actress. But I think there was so much wasted with her. I see Eccleston, he looked too much like Jimmy Neal. I couldn't take him seriously. But it's just, Eccleston was the right person to bring Doctor Who back
to start it,
modern. He was the right person for that, but he wasn't my favorite. I think it's because I wasn't really a fan of Billie Piper. Billie Piper was great for what she did.
I was going to say,
bringing it in, but she's not my favorite companion.
Yeah. As you say, she did. Might not be your favorite, but as you say, was still the right one to start the series back up.
Mm-hmm. I can be magnanimous like in those sort of things. It's like at the end of the day, I respect people for what they do. Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, Doctor Who, like with Doctor Who, obviously we can go right the way back to when it first began, and that's obviously brilliant. The Cybermen at the beginning. Okay, when I think about Cybermen, just like no. But even if you go right the way back to the beginning, it was fantastic. But Tom Baker, again, he was the Eccleston of his time. He reignited Doctor Who in the 70s, which had kind of like lost steam a little bit in the late 60s, and then he kind of go, because he was there and he was right for the time, so. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. But then again, never say never. We might look back on it in another 20 years' time and go, actually, yeah, they did do a really good time. You know, just thinking of it in today's society today. But right now, it's just too, yeah. David Tennant is a sweetheart. He really is. He really is an absolute legend. We like him.
He seems he does seem like a real one, David.
He's fun.
Yeah. I like what he did with his version of the Doctor, where the first thing he said when he first changed to him was different teeth. That's interesting. And then they made a nod to it because after the female Doctor, it went back to him for a minute because they did reference revisiting some old favorites. Actually, when Tom Baker cameoed in one of Matt Smith's, I believe, but it went back to him, and the first thing he goes, I know these teeth.
Nice.
I thought that was brilliant.
It was absolutely outstanding. Absolutely brilliant. And the thing is like Matt Smith was the manic puppet. He did so well with his kind of like his whole, he didn't just act with his face or with his words or his enunciations.
His energy is amazing.
Whole energy, whole body, whole physiology. It was fantastic. The Day of the Doctor, I was thinking about that. The War Doctor was literally just one of the most incredible scenes I've ever seen. Star Wars is fantastic.
Yeah, I like Star Wars. I think a lot of the new ones were not served well all the way through by whoever played Anakin. The ones from the late 90s and the recent ones, they just weren't done well.
The last Star Wars film I saw at the cinema was Rogue One, and I haven't liked them ever since.
And I actually like the actor that played Kylo Ren. I like him as an actor. I hate him. I hate that character. I can't stand it. He's a whiny little shit, and he killed his father.
Yes, and I hate that 1, 2, and 3 decided to take over from the original, 5 and 6 and 7, like Star Wars and New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. That's the thing about what I heard about 5, 6, and 7, where they came out in the 70s. Was they literally did them because they couldn't figure out a way to actually do the other ones at the time. They didn't have the technology, and they still had to make up a lot of stuff to be able to do them. All of the Star Wars books are in my house.
Yes, North, exactly. He just a grumpy emo kid instead of like an actual like character with any depth.
Yes. That's brilliant. We like that. But the Star Wars books, I would recommend them. If you haven't read them, they are absolutely freaking brilliant, and there's reams of them. So
yes,
I mean, The Mandalorian, I've got to say, was awesome.
They did well with The Mandalorian.
I haven't seen the third season on that one yet. But yeah, The Mandalorian was outstanding because the way. And it also incorporates so much Eastern culture. It's
yes,
fucking lovely. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, waffling on as we do.
Yeah,
I'm loving these conversations.
Exactly.
These little chats are absolutely wonderful.
I feel like we just had a nerd up. Big time.
And proud.
Right. Are we going to do the other play, or do you want to do something else? What are we doing?
I think it would be awesome if you would read The Three Musketeers, because I think that's what everybody's here for.
I don't think so.
I think you read it so very well. I really do. I really enjoy it. And it also, because I'm being selfish, and it'll help my voice. Because I'm really struggling.
Well, that's mostly why I asked as well.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. You're being very helpful. But yes, so basically, I was going to say something there and it completely went out of my mind because I am Gen X, and that's what we do. I can't remember what it was now. But you want the other play? We'll save that one for next week. We will save it, but we'll do it for you next week.
Yes.
And then we'll get better to do the thingy. But yes, apologies for yesterday. That's what I was going to say. Just it was a heck of a day, and my head was split, and I just couldn't do the thing. You are awesome. There was nothing wrong being a 50-something man with Doctor Who collectibles, because tell you something, got plenty of them downstairs, and Star Wars collectibles. Yeah, and various other collectibles, because yeah, that's just the way of life. I think we did that. We kind of, I think Blue. Have I offended you? Honestly, I think I'm on the wrong side of Blue today. Jeepers!
Oh.
I think his
Why do you
scene
think-
is actually a litter box behind me. That's what it is. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say, D. Like Gen X's, at the end of the day, if we want to have our collectibles and have them surrounding us at the age of 50 odd, we will, and nobody got anything to say about it, because let's face it, our house is bought and paid for.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing though too. Is, I mean, well, that's the thing though too. Is, I mean, you see everybody. I mean, you look at everybody with any kind of like podcast or anything like that behind them. They have all kinds of collectibles of whatever they're into.
Exactly.
There's no shame at any age of having collectibles of something that you're interested in.
Unless you pay my bills, you have no right to say anything about how I live or what my house is decorated with.
What was it? It was I think it was one of the scary movie things. Scary movies actually. Where there was a girl. She was just like pounding a 40, and one guy says to her, he says, "You sure you should be drinking like that?" And she said, "You ain't my daddy. You don't pay my bills. Mind your business."
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with being a 30-year-old millennial with nerdy stuff, but you're still Gen X by proxy, Northman. You can come and join our gang. Come over to the dark side. Come over to the Gen Xers. Be part of our gang.
That's just what I'm talking about. Is like, I mean, if somebody in their 30s, if somebody in their 20s and 30s can have their collectible stuff, there's no reason that somebody in their 50s and 60s can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Musketeers in a tin? What? Are they sweeties?
Musketeers, like Three Musketeers, as in the candy bar.
You do have Musketeers candy bars, don't you?
Yes.
In Milky Ways, we all know it. They tell lies. Just saying.
I'm confused with what you're getting after, though.
What you're saying, Musketeers in a tin. You are so almost Gen X, Northman. Come and be a Gen X. Come on. Come back. Literally, you just got to make it back to 85. We'll yeah.
It's a state of mind.
Yeah, exactly. And a way of life. The way.
And that's the thing is like I was born in like in the early 80s, but most of what I remember is the 90s.
Yeah, I don't remember very much of the 90s. Sorry. Fun times. Late 80s, early 90s, good times. Sorry.
Saw a post in Truckin' by the Grateful Dead. Someone said, "I was 20 in the 70s and now I'm 70 in the 20s." Nice.
Brilliant.
That reminds me of what somebody I saw a comment. Somebody, they're talking about the housing market, and she said about how when she was little she used to sit in her house and dream about living in $1 million house. And she said, "Now I do, but it's the same damn house."
We like it. Oh, do you, Northman? You're gonna have to let us know who you like, so we can compare bands, because that's my other great love is music.
90s
art, so.
grunge bands.
Damn Skippy, like Pearl Jam, Mother Love Bone, Blind Lemon.
I can't remember what. Nice.
Faith No Mother Freaking More. Sorry.
I remember what I can't remember what sitcom it was. I'd rather think it was How I Met Your Mother, where one guy went up to another guy and says, "Hey man, you up for some pointless repetitive 90s music?" He says, "Only always."
Nice. Nirvana and the Pixies. Good choices. I think I'm definitely going to have to tell you about more bands. Seriously. There's like, I kind of, I'm a big music collector, and I did a just with like, and I put all of my CDs onto my computer, and then I gave it to Bear. Just literally because I'd put them all on there just to save space. I put them all on there, and then I gave it to Bear. And I think you were quite surprised about how much music I had. Like it was scary, like literally thousands of CDs, and you've got them all, and then you put them all in boxes, and it takes boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes,
And then you put them on
and
a
it
little hard
fits
drive.
onto
Yeah.
one external hard drive.
Yep.
Cranberries, yes, absolutely brilliant. But then again, there's so many genres as well, Northman. There's so many genres of music I absolutely adore from the 90s that, you know, and there's so many genres of music that I absolutely fucking hate. I wasn't a fan of the pop music of the 90s. That was just wrong. We don't like that. But yes, Mr. Bear, my voice is about to give out.
Right. So we're up to chapter 5, court intrigue. Let's see. How did chapter 4 end? I can't even remember, to be honest. Oh, that's right. So it was when de Treville and the Musketeers and D'Artagnan had a meeting with the king, and pledged themselves to the king, essentially, and introduced D'Artagnan to the king. So, anyways, so chapter 5, a court intrigue. Athos lived in the Rue Farou, at 2 paces from the Luxembourg. His lodging consisted of 2 rooms in a neatly furnished house. Some fragments of a long-departed splendor adorned the walls of this modest dwelling, such as a richly mounted sword, of which the handle alone, encrusted with precious stones, might be worth 200. Is it pistoles? Pistoles? The
Pistoles.
pistoles. Okay. I'm sorry.
I was coughing, it's fine.
That's okay.
Carry on.
Pistoles. Nevertheless, Athos, even in moments when he most wanted money, could never be persuaded to dispose of it. Besides this sword, he had a portrait of a nobleman, dressed with a great elegance after the fashion of Henry III. There was a family likeness in this portrait, denoting that this royal knight was Athos' ancestor. Last, he had a box of splendid jewelry work, with the same arms as the sword in the portrait, which made the central decoration for his chimney-piece. Athos always carried a key, and opened it once for Porthos, who testified that it contained only papers, love letters, and family records, no doubt. Athos had a valet, whom he had trained in a manner peculiar to himself, and whom he called Grimaud. Athos was very taciturn. Though his words were brief and expressive, saying what he wanted and to say no more, no embellishments whatsoever. Although he was scarcely 30, his reserve, austerity, and silence made him seem almost an old man, and he had accustomed Grimaud. Grimaud? I'm going to call him Grimaud. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. But he might not interrupt his habits to obey by a simple gesture or even a motion of the lips. He never spoke to him except in extreme cases. Sometimes Grimaud, who feared his master as a child dreads the fire, but at the same time was greatly attached to him, did something contrary to what he wanted in his haste to execute his orders. Then Athos shrugged his shoulders, and without putting himself into a rage, belabored him soundly. Nice. On such days he spoke but little. Porthos had a character quite opposite to that of Athos. He talked for the mere pleasure of speaking, a great deal and in a very loud voice. He had not such an aristocratic air as Athos, who, in his simple uniform coat, and by the manner in which he carried himself, took at once the rank in which he was entitled, but it put the foppish Porthos in the background. Mousqueton, Porthos' servant, was like his master. He was a Norman who had entered the service of the Musketeers on the sole condition of being lodged and clothed, but in a sumptuous manner. And he asked for only 2 hours a day to attend to his own affairs. Porthos had accepted the bargain, and things went wonderfully well. He had his old doublets and cloaks cut up and turned in a manner that made Mousqueton cut a very good figure. Porthos inhabited a dwelling of great size and of most sumptuous appearance in the Rue de Vaucoulomper. Every time that Porthos passed the windows of his house, his servant Mousqueton appeared in splendid livery. But no one ever found Porthos at his home, nor did he ever ask anyone in. As for Aramis, he dwelt in a small apartment comprising of a boudoir, dining room, and a sleeping chamber, which were situated on the ground floor and led into a garden, green and shady, and impenetrable to the eyes of the surrounding neighborhood. His lackey's name was Bazin. Thanks to the hope that his master entertained of someday taking orders, Bazin always dressed in black, as became the servant of a churchman. He was mild, peaceable, and fat, and passed his leisure time in reading pious works. He was dexterous in preparing a dinner or two of excellent quality, though of few dishes. All in all, he was dumb, blind, and deaf, and approved fidelity. D'Artagnan still lived in the attic he had engaged when he first arrived in Paris. Porthos had arranged for D'Artagnan to have a servant. He had chanced upon a native of Picardy sauntering along one of the Paris bridges, and had engaged him without any recommendation. The magnificent appearance of the gentleman had dazzled Planchet, for this was the name of the Picard. But when he went to D'Artagnan's lodgings and made up his master's bed, his fairy visions vanished. There was only one bed in the place, and which consisted of a tiny anteroom and bedroom. Planchet slept in the anteroom under a coverlet taken from D'Artagnan's bed, with which D'Artagnan, from that time forward, dispensed. The four young men spent the greater part of their days together. They rose at 6 and went to get the countersign for the day and see what was doing at Monsieur de Treville's. D'Artagnan, although he was not a musketeer, performed the duties of one with great punctuality. He was always on guard, as he was always accompanied that one of his friends, whose turn it chanced to be. Everyone at the hotel knew him and regarded him as a comrade. Monsieur de Treville looked upon him with affection and did not cease to recommend him to the king. The friendship that united D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers, and the necessity of seeing each other 3 or 4 times a day, either for a duel or a party of pleasure, made them run after one another like shadows. But one fine day, the promise of the king was fulfilled. D'Artagnan put on his uniform as a recruit in Monsieur de Chevalier des Essarts' company of guards. Can you tell I don't speak French? He was to serve a novitiate of 2 years. Novitiate? Sure, novitiate. Of 2 years, which might be shortened if he distinguished himself in the meantime by some brilliant action. I lost my place there. Yeah, I lost. I looked. I saw the chat moving, and I looked up to look at it, and then lost my place.
Oh, right, I got it, because I was just scrolling it down. Sorry. Yeah, novitiate. It's like as in novice. Novitiate. And it was pistole.
Pistole. Okay.
Yeah. So I've just.
I think pistole. I was gonna say.
I have my microphone off because I keep coughing. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Pistole sounded more Spanish to me than French, so it's pistols. Okay. The company received the youthful Gascon, and also the voluntary services of Athos, Porthos, and Aramis, who mounted guard with D'Artagnan whenever it came his turn. One day D'Artagnan, sitting at home, and thinking that his adventures were well under way, was disturbed by a gentle knock at the door. As he opened it, a man of plain and simple appearance, as if he was a citizen, entered. There was a momentary silence, which the two regarded each other, and then D'Artagnan begged his visitor to be seated, and asked him his pleasure. I have heard Monsieur d'Artagnan mentioned as a very brave young man, said the citizen. And this is what has determined me to confide a secret in him. Speak, sir, speak, exclaimed D'Artagnan, who instinctively smelled something interesting. The citizen paused, and then continued. I have a wife who is a milliner to the queen, and who is not without wit and beauty. Well, sir, demanded D'Artagnan. She was carried off yesterday morning, replied the citizen, as she was leaving her workroom. But why? D'Artagnan asked. I believe it is in consequence of an affair into which my wife has been entrapped, not of her own, but the amour of a lady of far more exalted station than her own. Of the... And here D'Artagnan paused. Yes, said the frightened citizen, in such a low voice as to be scarcely heard. And with whom? Said D'Artagnan. Not with the Duke of... Yes, sir, said the citizen, in a still lower voice. And, sir, my wife came home 4 days ago to tell me in great confidence that the Queen is in deep alarm. The Cardinal, it appears, watches and persecutes her more than ever, and she believes that they have written to the Duke of Buckingham in her name to entice him to Paris. When they have got him here, they mean to lead him into a snare. But your wife, my dear sir, what has she got to do with all this? They know of her devotion to the Queen, and want to separate her from her mistress and frighten her into betraying her Majesty's secrets, or persuade her to serve as a spy. Do you know the man who has carried her off? D'Artagnan asked. Could you describe him? My wife pointed out to me the other day a man whom she said has been following her, the citizen replied. He is a man of aristocratic appearance, and has dark skin, a tawny complexion, piercing eyes, and a mark on his forehead. A scar on his forehead, D'Artagnan cried. Why, that must be the man of Meung. If your man is mine also, I shall at one blow perform 2 acts of vengeance. Where can I meet him? I have not the slightest idea, the citizen replied. But he was coming out of the Louvre one day as I accompanied my wife back, on the honor of Bonancieux. Then your name is Bonancieux? D'Artagnan interrupted. Yes, that is my name. Ah, said D'Artagnan. Then you are my landlord? Yes, sir. And for the 3 months that you have been in my house, diverted, no doubt, by your great and splendid occupations, you have forgotten to pay my rent. I have not, out of delicacy, asked you for payment, and hope that you would have some regard for me in this matter. Why, my dear Monsieur Bonancieux, I'm going to pronounce it like that, whether it's that way or not, answered D'Artagnan. I am grateful to you, and I shall be happy to be of any use to you that I can. I was planning to offer you 50 pistols, said the citizen continued. I have amassed something like 2,000 or 3,000 crowns a year in the drapery line. What? He suddenly exclaimed, looking out the window. What do I see there? Where? D'Artagnan asked. In the street opposite, in the opening in that gateway. A man wrapped in a cloak. It is he, cried D'Artagnan, and Bonancieux in one breath, each at the same moment having recognized the man. This time he will not escape me, said D'Artagnan, rushing out with sword in hand. On the staircase, he met Athos and Porthos, who were coming to see him. They stepped aside as he passed between them like a meteor. Where are you running to? Asked the 2 Musketeers. The man of Meung, cried D'Artagnan as he had disappeared. Athos and Porthos found no one in D'Artagnan's room when they entered. The draper, fearing the encounter between the youth and the strange man in the cloak, had left. D'Artagnan himself appeared in half an hour. He had again missed the man, who had disappeared as if by magic. The Gascon youth had run through all the neighboring streets, sword in hand, but found no one even resembling the man of Meung. Well, he exclaimed as he threw his sword down and wiped his perspiring face. He went like a phantom, a spectre, a shadow. And now there was a woman in the affair, carried off and no doubt threatened, perhaps tortured, merely on the account of her fidelity to her royal mistress. But why would the Queen insist on loving the people we most detest, the English and the Spaniards? Athos frowned as he spoke. I have heard that she loves not the English, but an Englishman, D'Artagnan replied. And indeed, said Athos, one must confess that the Englishman is well worthy of being loved. I never saw a man of nobler air. Besides, You must not forget that the matchless way in which he dresses, said Porthos. I was in the Louvre the day that he scattered his pearls and picked up 2, which sold for 20 pistoles. Chris O'Donnell. Yeah. That was a while back, wasn't it?
It was a bit of a time walk. Sorry.
That's okay. And you have been told, D'Artagnan, Athos asked, that the Queen thinks they have decoyed the Duke of Buckingham into France by false information. She fears so, and I am convinced that the abduction of this woman and the Queen's suite had some connection with the circumstances of which we are speaking, and perhaps with the presence of the Duke of Buckingham in Paris. At this moment, a noise of hasty steps was heard on the stairs, and the door opened with a crash, and the unhappy mercer rushed into the room. "Save me!" he cried. "Save me! There are 4 men who have come to arrest me." As the speech was uttered, the 4 guards appeared, but seeing the musketeers standing there, with their swords by their sides, they hesitated. "One moment," whispered D'Artagnan to his friends, making them a sign to sheath their swords. "It is not courage, but prudence that is necessary here." Then he spoke to the guards. "Enter, gentlemen," he said. "You are in my lodgings, and we are all faithful subjects to the cardinal and the king. I have no reason for opposing your orders or for defending this person. I saw him on this first time today, when he came to demand his rent. It is not true," he turned to the mercer. "It is the simple truth," said the bewildered Bonacieux. But the gentleman does not tell you. Be silent. Be silent about me and my friends, especially about the Queen," D'Artagnan whispered, "or you will imprison us without freeing yourself. Proceed, gentlemen. Take away this man." So saying, D'Artagnan pushed the poor mercer into the hands of into the guards, who overwhelmed him with their thanks and proceeded with their prey. "What villainy have you done now?" Porthos asked, as his friends found themselves alone. "Porthos," said Athos, "you have been told that you are a ninny, and it is quite true. I am not only approve of what D'Artagnan has done, but I congratulate him." "Nevertheless," said Porthos. Aramis, who had joined the 3 just before the coming of the guard, and Athos cried in one breath, "Stretch out your hand and swear." "All for one, one for all," said D'Artagnan, repeating their motto. Overcome by the examples of his friends, Porthos stretched out his hand, and the 4 friends repeated with one voice the words, "All for one and one for all." "That is right. Now retire to your homes," said D'Artagnan, as if he had always commanded others. "But," he added, "be watchful, for remember from this moment we are at daggers drawn with the cardinal himself." And that's the end of chapter 4. So I don't like Dick Lester films, The Three Musketeers. I don't know that one.
I think I've seen those.
I think some of the best representations of the Three Musketeers, even though it happened to be in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and it was from The Man in the Iron Mask, where Aramis was played by Jeremy Irons, Porthos was Gerard Depardieu, and Athos was John Malkovich. Brilliant.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was really good. I love the Three Musketeers story. And you read it so well.
I feel like that's offset the fact that the king and the Man in the Iron Mask was played by DiCaprio. Then again, I enjoy movies where DiCaprio gets killed. He gets killed in most of his movies, but then again, give the public what they want, I suppose. You think about it, a lot of the movies he's in, he gets killed in. His most popular movies, he's killed. The one he actually won an Oscar for, he wasn't killed, but he got roughed up pretty bad by a bunch of bears.
Yeah. So I really want to be contributing, but I'm just got nothing right now.
That's all right. We've done pretty well. We've been on for we just broke an hour. So
Yeah, we
But
like
yes,
it.
thank you everyone for joining us. Had a lovely time, good chats, and we'll get back. We'll do the other play, that AI did for us next time, and maybe we'll do some of the other one act plays. So
That would be awesome.
an Oscar meme joke. Yeah, right.
It really did.
So everyone, have a wonderful evening. If it's evening, have a wonderful night if it's night, and enjoy the rest of the week that's coming. Yes.
Take care. Big love and talk to you soon.